Happening at this moment, breaking news in the Rubik's Cube community. Rubik's, famous for the Rubik's Cube, has filed a lawsuit against one of the leading cube stores in the Rubik's Cube community. Earlier this week, on Wednesday, October 11th, Rubik's has reportedly claimed that TheCubicle is responsible for infringement of Rubik's, selling other brands, saying that they are making, quote, minor changes to puzzles manufactured and sold by defendant TheCubicle, such as changing black to white. I'll have more on that later here on this segment. It's 1 p.m. in Orlando, 1 a.m. in Beijing, 4 a.m. in Sydney, Australia. I'm Jason Frascador, and I want to thank you for joining me today here in the Question Mark. What you just saw was only one Uranus claim that Rubik's is making. So right now, we're reading the most important part and digging into the alleged lawsuit that Rubik's has filed. Rubik's Brand Limited is filing a lawsuit against TheCubicle.us, the popular online Rubik's Cube store well known to speed cubers across the US and around the world. It's a surprising and an unprecedented act done by the brand themselves, claiming, quote, this is an action for infringement of plaintiff's registered trademark under 15 USC section 1114. The question is, if this means so much to them, why specifically attack one store? Phil Yu from TheCubicle has recently spoken out and said in a Facebook group, quote, we are aware of this lawsuit and we are in the process of examining it. Thank you to the community for your concern and support. Unless otherwise noted, we will continue to operate normally. That's a statement Rubik's probably wouldn't like. First, Rubik's took a jab at TheCubicle's customary options. In their document, they included, upon information and belief, TheCubicle manufactures and sells stock, custom-built, and do-it-yourself twist puzzle cubes that are twist puzzles that copy and emulate the distinctive appearance of plaintiff's puzzle, bearing its Rubik's design mark directly to consumers across the United States. They then included 2 photographs of TheCubicle's website, one with a, quote, copy of their cube, and one of TheCubicle's banner, with the Cubicle Pro Shop. Even though Rubik's stating their claim on copying their puzzle, and quite possibly have a point here, they might want to take note that they do not make their cubes from scratch. Even though that sounds beyond dumb, it sure sounds like they make them seem that way. They could be going after other cube brands instead of one store, and that would be a more reasonable claim. Since this has raised eyebrows in the community, even Canadian speedcuber and 4-time world record holder Antoine Canton took a stance by quoting a section of page 8 of the 15-page file, saying, quote, consumers who expect to receive plaintiff Rubik's Cube puzzle for which plaintiff has developed a national and international reputation will be disappointed when using the defendant's imitation twist puzzle cube. He then went on to say, quote, this would make sense if the plaintiff was TheCubicle and the defendant was Rubik, certainly not the other way around. As speedcubers, we all know that Rubik's brand is never a good cube to use. After that statement, on page 9, Rubik's makes a remarkably false claim, stating, quote, defendant's sale of twist puzzles bearing the spurious copy of the Rubik's design mark is likely to cause confusion or to cause mistake or to deceive consumers into believing that defendant's products are genuine, authorized or approved by plaintiff. Now, I hate to break it to you, Rubik's, but if your main target is for non-cubers, I think they'll be confused no matter what brand of cube they use. Take a look.
All the colors!
Speaking of confusion, why'd you team up with Gans at World Championships 2017 to make a brand new cube? Isn't Gans also infringement of your product? I suppose you're going to tell Felix to use a Rubik's brand the next time he competes. Rubik's is also making a bold statement that TheCubicle was prosecuted there to, quote, destruction or other disposition all remaining inventory of all infringement products, including all advertisements, promotional, and marketing materials. So is this bye-bye TheCubicle? Or is this just Rubik's being a monopoly? I'll have more updates for the latest as soon as they come in. If you'd like to read the rest of the article, the link is in the description. I'm Jason Frascador. Comment, like, and subscribe, and thank you for joining me here today in the segment of The Question Mark. Have a good day.